there are some pretty classic hallmarks to what we think of as gangster rap music. Over-the-top braggadocio about how tough I am and what's going to happen to you if you cross me. Over-the-top misogyny that honestly makes a lot of these 1990s era records more than a bit problematic nowadays. Heavy, crisp beats, production that draws heavily from funk influences, whiny synthesizers, and a few requisite 808 accoutrements. West Coast gangster rap was still plenty popular by 1995. Some of the records that came out that year, the Loonies' Operation Payola, which had the monster single I Got Five on it, Too Short's epically lewd Cocktails, the Friday soundtrack, which included a song from Mac 10, whose self-titled debut also came out in 95, the Dog Pound's Dog Food. So it's no wonder that Celly Cel's Killa Kali got lost in the shuffle, despite being, and I honestly don't think I'm exaggerating here, the greatest gangster rap album you never heard. Celly Cel is a rapper from the Vallejo, California area, same as Bay Area rappers like E40 and B Legit, who both make an appearance on one of this record's best tunes. I think I first found out about this album from a vertical side page ad in an old issue of The Source. It showed the album cover, which is Celly sitting by a chalk outline of the state of California. I was intrigued. There are plenty of West Coast producers like Superfly, E Swift from the Alcoholics, Ant Banks, and particularly DJ Quick, who didn't/don't get nearly enough run. And even though it's only over the course of one record, the producers for Killa Kali, which are Studio Ton, MG, and Celly himself, make a pretty good case to be on that list. After an intro that includes a quick verse, the proper opener, here's the title, I'm White, so, no. Anyway, it's the perfect gangster rap song. Menacing synth lines to open things up, a buzzy bass line as the beat drops, and plenty of swagger while Celly has a conversation with himself about what a badass he is.
What you niggas thought? Gossiping like bitches on the under, trying to keep it on the slender, cause I made you wonder if I was down, cause I rap now, what that mean? I'm supposed to race about the hood and leave my 17. Shot Glock on the block like I want peace. The only peace I'm gon' get is when I'm deceased. So you still funkin'? Yeah, if I got to. Trigger finger itching and I just might pop you. Glock to a motherfucker head in the 9-5. Oh, so you gon' buck up down just so you can stay alive? I thought you knew, but these fools keep crossing me, and I be feeling like the devil got lost in me when I flash. So nigga, you a killer.
And almost every track hits hard. For the Skrilla, which is the track with E40 and B Legit, is both menacing and hilarious.
Landlord, where you at? I'm hiding in the bushes with a baseball bat. I need that sack that you made today. Or watch me turn into Willie Max.
On a mission for my mail, and you know for sure I'm gon' get it. It's the first bitch, give me your check so I can flip it. And when I do, she ain't gon' see a penny of the shit. Crying, having fits, but I'm in it for the Skrilla.
Gotta fertilize your cash and make it greener. Electronic scale triple beam.
I realize that I'm taking pleasure in listening to Celly Cel rap about robbing people's welfare checks, but I take gangster rap with a grain of salt, and I try to see it for what it is. Look, let me explain. I really, legitimately credit a lot of hip-hop music with providing me, a country-ass white kid from western Pennsylvania, with a view of the world that I never would have gotten otherwise. There truly is a lot of hip-hop music that is exactly what Chuck D called it, the black CNN. But as G-Rap godfather Dr. Dre once famously said about gangster rap in the rap documentary The Show,
living up to what you see on records, it's all entertainment. Anybody in their fucking right mind know you could talk about shooting somebody on a record, but motherfucker ain't finna really go out there and do it unless you just stupid. You know what I'm saying? It's just entertainment, you know? We make records, it's entertainment. That's all it is. This is like our fucking jobs, you know?
So, I view gangster rap music as a hyped-up representation of just how rough life in gang-plagued California neighborhoods could get, while acknowledging that a significant number of MCs from the genre either have lived or possibly were living that life during their rap careers. This was Celly Cel's sophomore record. I have no clue what his debut album, Heat for Yo Ass, sounds like. All I know is I immediately bought G-Files, the follow-up to Killa Kali, and was immediately disappointed by almost every single song on that record. But back to the better times. It's Going Down is a picture-perfect recreation of a gangster's night out in the neighborhood. It moves nice and slow, and you can see the candy red paint on an old-school box Chevy as this track makes its way down the street. Celly stops to get his hair braided, play a little dominoes. It's a track in the same mode as Ice Cube's It Was a Good Day, with the storytelling acumen to match, for my money.
I got the 411 on the bumpin'. We riding with them heaters if they funk and then we dumpin'. I'm slumping in the meantime. My speakers is jumping up out they box. I see these brides choosing, man, they sprung on my Shirley locks. Made the block and they was all up on my bumpers trying to pull me over. But now I guess it nothing when I'm sober. Hit the gas and smoked it up, smashed off a Maudi. Bending corners laughing cause I left their car cloudy. Went to my partner house and they was posted splitting Vegas. Bet $5 a game on Madden 95 on Sega. Tagging out the room, fools laying on the ground. They better have some get back cause tonight is going down.
I know there's no real way to justify my enjoyment of either the title or the subject matter of a song called Scandalous Ass Bitches, but you gotta understand, I'm a production guy first and foremost. I've been playing instruments most of my life, and the production on this track and this whole album just bang.
Young player would kick some conversation, but now they know I'm knowing. I gives a fuck about them because my facial expression is showing no interest. I ain't getting at them cause I ain't concerned. The scandalous ass bitches is the type that flame on and burn niggas when they jack one from this hood to that one. The pretty hoes are sneaky, now you can't even trust the fat one cause they know it's all about the money with they big ass. Back in the days they used to spoil niggas spending big cash till they flash, sneaky taking cash, sneaky snaking in the grass. Used to have them hoes in check, but now they faking on your ass. You better wake up and smell it, cause them bitches got some partners that's so quick to run and tell it. And had a whole town in your mix. Got you so fucked up in the head, you ready to make yourself like 6 over this bitch. What part of the game is that? You know what bitches gon' choose. You know what niggas supposed to make. Check yourself, player, shake them hoes and get your riches. Hit the guts, bust a nut and shake them scandalous ass bitches. Yeah, y'all know these hoes are so scandalous, but only
The title track, whose beat is probably my favorite on the whole record, takes a little bit more of a sober look at gangster life. I wouldn't call it expressing regret exactly, more of a reckoning with the life that he chose and a word of advice to keep the strap handy.
Various gunshot wounds. This brings the homicide rate in the state of California to one of the highest in the nation. And it's now known to you as Celly Cel.
The state of California, niggas call it Killa Kali. Murder weapons in the river, bodies found in the alleys. Green and yellow tape, body bags get zipped up. Heads blown off with they insides ripped up. Mobile phones flipped up, factors calling shots. Bitch made niggas and some real niggas on the block. Cause every hood got a trigger happy nigga that don't give a fuck about putting 2 in your liver. But how you figure you could do dirt and stay clean? Niggas like that get pronounced dead on the scene. Ain't no winning team cause everybody taking losses in they hood. Reminiscing on they niggas, man, I wish I could bring back the homies that I lost up in that funk season. Got to check myself or let that alcohol be the reason. So I just pour a little liquor on the concrete for my dead homies and the ones who ain't gon' see the streets. Locked up with the rest of the lux, but whatever the reason, my folks is walking the yard and getting their yup.
Ultimately, I think the massive popularity of gangster rap was pretty bad PR for the black community. The people whose parents were afraid of them listening to Black Sabbath and Led Zeppelin were now the same parents who were afraid of their kids listening to Snoop Dogg and NWA. But those records aren't just all gangster braggadocio. Side by side with the gangster aesthetic is some of the funkiest music of the 1990s. From Dr. Dre's liberal sampling of 70s funk, to DJ Quick using live instruments to recreate 70s funk, to Warren G and Nate Dogg making a song about street violence safe for white FM radio, there's a whole lot of great G-rap records. Oh, and speaking of Warren G, G-Funk Associates, The Dove Shack, also put out an excellent gangster rap album around this same time that's also worth checking out. Like I said, I'm not going to defend the wanton misogyny and glorification of the criminal lifestyle on these records. Yeah, I mean, all right, you like Scarface with Al Pacino? My Little Friend? Same thing. Celly Cel didn't really go out and kill all these people. He racks up like a 27-strong body count in this record. I mean, come on now. So hate on gangster rap if you must. But, like Celly said,
They can't tell me shit. They can't tell me shit. Can't tell me shit. They can't tell me shit. Can't tell me shit. They can't tell me shit.